Well, hello my beautiful Taurians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for January 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Taurians, this is your monthly reading for January 2024. I can't believe the year has passed so quickly and already we're in a new year, but here we are. And January actually marks the dawn of another year, but it's not just the marking of a new chapter. We also have one of the most significant and powerful transits occurring on the 20th of January. Heavyweight transformative planet Pluto moves into the maverick sign of Aquarius. This really is a big deal because the last time Pluto moved signs was in 2008, and that was into the sign of Capricorn, which rules money, governments, and power structures. Now, Pluto can be a very destructive force. It also brings with it the hidden coming to light. And in 2008, we saw one of the most notably difficult financial crashes the world has ever witnessed. Pluto will retrograde periodically back into the sign of Capricorn, but ultimately it will remain in Aquarius until March 2043. That's right, 2043. That's a long time. Now, Pluto's influence in Aquarius will actually encourage innovation, a strengthening of community, a desire to change the world for a better place, and a yearning for more independence. You know, also, I want you to be aware that any hidden agendas or information hidden from the collective is set to be revealed from 2024 onwards, but watch out for any distractions sent to camouflage these potentially controversial moments. On a personal note, it will influence you in a major way to transform your life, to reestablish your power, exert your independent nature, do bold and daring things that you've never done before, integrate and spread your wings to fly. On a psychological level, it will help you break negative patterns to free yourself from any self-sabotage traits or self-doubt. Also, Mercury, planet of communication, goes direct, making for a smoother transition into 2024. Any delays you've been experiencing will be freed up and solutions will be found quicker. Good news arrives faster, so if you are waiting on something, expect movement in that area in January 2024. Also, you'll be accessing clear, logical thinking, making you feel more organized to get back into a routine and make swift decisions to make things change for the better. It'll enable you to reach successful milestones in your life. This is a time of year where you may implement New Year resolutions or intentions to cut something out or even add something to your life to make it better in some way. Planning and strategizing will be at the forefront of your mind. And also Jupiter, planet of good luck, expansion, and opportunity, will be in the sign of you, my beautiful Taurians. So you'll benefit from that good luck and that prosperity more than others. Also, you'll be more money and budget focused to get serious about your goals with a renewed fire in your soul. Now, combining all of these elements, you may find new ways of earning and saving finances to create stability in an ever-changing environment. There will be some bumpy times, but the year ahead also has so much potential for you to tap into. And January is the blueprint to start from, to reach higher than ever before, attain true happiness and comfort and of course, prosperity as well. Now, we also have a new moon in Capricorn on the 11th of January, and that is a power-packed transformational energy to get stuff done and to shape your reality. Now, what's wonderful is it's in your ninth house, and that's the great quest for meaning. So you'll be committing to your life's purpose, learning more about who you are, and reestablishing your connection to your higher self. You may also feel compelled to book a spiritual retreat or develop your spiritual gifts, or even a cultural getaway to enroll on some sort of higher learning. This is a time, I'm just going to put your cards here. This is a time to think about the bigger picture. Look at your goals from a bird's eye point of view to make sure that you can make the moves necessary to make them happen. And looking at your cards already, you have a lot of swords. And I feel like you're going to be very logical about your approach this year. I feel like you're getting super organized, super focused, and I feel you're being really honest with yourself about what needs to happen. And I feel like you set things in motion, and you're making some promises to yourself to accomplish certain things. You're going to tick those things off your list, okay? We also have a full moon in Leo on the 25th of January, which reminds us all to be very flamboyant, but also humble at the same time. And that occurs in your fourth house of stability, your home life, okay? So all things domestic, decluttering your home space, making it your sanctuary, doing some DIY, maybe even setting up a business from home, maybe something that you're thinking about in January. But ultimately, you are, focusing on your responsibilities, and also maybe having some big philosophical questions like, where do you feel like you belong? And also analyzing your journey, processing your past, how far you've come, and, looking at where you are right now to find more security and grounding. Now, also, you may have noticed in the background, I don't know if you can hear, there's like a raging storm that just started as I started your reading, okay? I feel like some of you, this is you like harnessing that wonderful energy to change your landscape in some way, because you really are a force to be reckoned with. Also, that ranging kind of rain that I'm hearing, I'm just getting this energy that it's almost like merging with the energy of your reading in itself. It's like you are purging things that are not necessary for you. I feel like you're cleansing in some way. You're getting a lot of closure on situations, and I feel like you're embarking on a new journey of discovery in 2024. And I really feel that you're going to open yourself up to a lot of firsts this year. This could be discovering new lands. It could be that you're discovering new ways of doing things. But I feel 2024 for you is about being really flexible. Now, of course, I will do the 2024 chart for every sign individually, but this is your January 2024, and you're starting with a lot of strength. This card is the maturity card. It's all about your power, your tenacity, your drive, but also you're leading with love, okay? I feel that calmness despite chaotic situations around you, and maybe that's what it is. It's like I'm feeling this storm raging around you, but you are like in the eye of the storm. You are in that pinnacle, that safe place where you've been protecting yourself and your family, your own needs. And I feel this sense of like, it's almost like everything's in slow motion for you in January, where there's, grounding, there's a plan, you're strategizing, and you're taking your time to really set yourself up for the rest of the year. And I feel, this is a card of being bold and daring as well. In the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the figure actually puts their hand in the lion's mouth. So I feel this is something that it could be a risk that you're going to take, and you're thinking about it, perhaps planning it, or investigating it further. You're thinking before you act on something in January, that's for sure. And I feel it's a bold move from you. So whether it's you're thinking about relocating at some point in the year, or some of you may even be trying to launch a new project, or you're doing something that is out of your comfort zone. And I see uncharted territory for you, or uncharted waters for you, as you move throughout the whole of 2024. But at the same time, you've got an anchor, which means you're safe, you're secure, and at any moment you can say stop. I just want to pause and recalibrate and then move forward. So I feel like actually you're creating a wonderful environment to launch yourself from in January 2024, okay? Now, also, I feel the beginning of the month is all about self-love. It's about establishing your boundaries. It's also about having the strength to value who you are and teach others how you like to be valued. And I definitely see that you are, I'm just hearing King of the Jungle. Now, male or female, not a gender-specific reading, okay? But I feel that you are someone who is that force to be reckoned with. So it could be King or Queen of the Jungle. I'm just getting this energy of you dominating your environment, okay, or being known for what you do. Some sort of reputational energy coming through where people notice your skills, appreciate who you are, appreciate your presence in your world, and respect you as well. So whether that's in the family environment, in a career arena, or whether it's in your neighborhood, or whether it's just about, you coming into contact with different people day to day. I feel like you're really owning your energy, and you're also taking emotional care of yourself at the same time. Now, we do have the Eight of Swords, okay? So with the maturity card, now maturity, of course, that can indicate that you're evolving in a way where you're looking at things that hold you back, that don't serve you, have no purpose in your world, things that perhaps you know that you can detach from, but have kept you stuck in some way. The Eight of Swords is actually an energy where to some degree we all get in our own way, okay? This is a card of recognizing a self-imposed restriction, but your overarching energy is you're not allowing this restriction to occur any further. This is about really releasing yourself from denial, seeing things as it truly is, and getting clarity on where you want to take your life in the next year and beyond, okay? This is a card, it's like you're emerging from growth, where suddenly it's almost like your energy may have been dormant, and now you're waking up and seeing life in a different way, and suddenly everything starts to make a little bit more sense, even though it may not, okay? It's almost like you're trusting in the unknown, but at the same time, you're seeing a clarity in your life that perhaps has not been present for a while, because I feel there's this energy of, you navigating new landscapes or creating new landscapes, promising that you're going to do things differently. And I feel that you are having that strength and courage to face whatever it is you need to face. And I really feel boldly you're doing that. The Nine of Pentacles is independence. Okay, so it can mean that some of you are, deciding to go your own way, whether it's in a career or a relationship or a family. You're not, marching to the beat of other people's drums. You're actually being independent. You're exerting your independence in some way as well. So it could be that you are launching something new, a new project, or you're doing something different, something that you haven't done before. And I get a sense here as well that it's almost like if there's been something you've been avoiding, I feel like you can't avoid it anymore, and you are facing it head on. So if it's a difficult conversation that you need to have, whether it's a matter of diplomacy or blunt honesty, I feel like you're having that conversation. Whether it is, something that is not good for you in your life, whether it's a toxic environment, toxic person, toxic situation, you're cutting it out. Whether it is a food substance or a way that you've been living. Some of you have been neglecting your own needs. You've been feeling really stuck or in low vibe energy, and I feel like you're just coming out of the funk. That's the energy that I've got coming through here. The Nine of Pentacles is to be disciplined. So I really feel that you're getting back on track. You're having self-control in a situation. And it's almost like you're laying the final foundational stones in order to create stability in your world. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is to stick to your plans, okay? Trusting that they will unfold and bring prosperity. And I see this sense of independence, independent living. So some of you may be trying to work towards independent living in some way, whether it's that you're going to relocate somewhere and these are your plans, but you're strategizing in January. You're in the planning stages of something, especially with that King of Swords there. Whether it is that you already live off the land and you are harnessing your power to grow new things or to establish, a business from home in some way. Some of you may be launching a business, whether you're living off the land or not. I get a sense here of you wanting to spend a little bit more time in nature, but also, having the amount of money to create freedom in your world. So some of you are having lots of new ideas or thinking about launching, an entrepreneurship that will be far reaching. If you've got plans or you're actually strategically thinking about the logistics of launching something or being your own boss, becoming that entrepreneurial energy, of course, there are uncertain times ahead and there's going to be some bumps in the road, but actually I see you being very, very successful at whatever it is that you're launching. And I see that there is going to be a resource that comes in that helps you. It almost shows you that the universe is backing your plans up. Okay, so I definitely see a lot of success and actually some really great news coming in the third week of January for you. But I will discover that a little bit more. The Nine of Pentacles ultimately, though, is about being financially independent or at least comfortable. So I feel like you're looking at life and how it can get really uncomfortable. And I feel like you're taking strides to get back on track to make things comfortable for you again, okay? Also, I feel like some of you are looking at your savings plans because the Nine of Pentacles can be really focused on what you allow to spend and what you actually can keep for yourself, whether it's savings or pensions. I feel like a lot of you may be focused on that. And I feel like some of you may be making some bold moves in order to increase your finances because you may have felt that your finances have plateaued in some way. So you may be launching an entrepreneurship, or you could be doing some extra hours. Even in January, I can't believe it. I've been feeling this energy coming through your reading. It's like you're back to work or you're organizing yourself, especially if you're in a career environment. I see some of you being offered an opportunity to elevate promotional energy, bonus energy, and I feel there may be something that perhaps you go up for, but it feels like there is a disappointment at first. Okay, I got to be honest with you. Four of Cups is like after a disappointment, the universe sends you another resource. So I do feel in January, and I don't like to say this, but there could be a moment where either someone lets you down. So for example, if you've got plans with somebody to meet, they could let you down and it could like annoy you a little bit, but I feel like you get over it, whatever it is. Or it could be that you go up for something and you feel a little bit discouraged or disappointed at first, but ultimately something comes in like by surprise and it's even better than you were expecting. So I feel like there's a little dip in the energy. It's almost like the second week is a dip of energy where it's like, oh, you know what, I was hoping for that to come through in time, or I was hoping for that to happen, and it doesn't. But in the third week, there's some really awesome news where everything just turns around. So don't get disheartened is what I'm saying, okay? Because I feel the energy is shifting. Now, we do have equilibrium. So, even my T says balance, and I feel like you've been trying to create a lot of balance in your world. But with it being in the resistance position, there's something, around your external circumstances that feel a little bit chaotic. It could be people, it could be environments. Some of you may even, if you're in a career environment, you may notice there's a lot of structural changes going on, and there could be some major things happening there with the Magician and the Five of Wands. There could be some conflict, or you may even hear about people, having a lack of confidence in the environment. Problems will be resolved is what I see there. But at the same time, I feel something feels just a little bit out of sync in your world. And again, this is around about the second week, okay? But I feel it gets rectified, whatever it is. Now, also with this card, I'm getting this energy of you really focusing on your priorities, what's important to you, the little things, the big things, your purpose. I definitely feel that you are getting back on track, and I feel some of you may have been frustrated by an energy of, well, what I'm picking up on is low energy. I just get like low motivation, low morale in something, or like a deflated kind of energy. I mean, it could be that, as we move into the new year, we start to feel a little bit like, how is it going to be different though? Is it just the same old thing and we're just marking an event so that we kind of like trick ourselves into looking forward to something new? But actually, I don't feel like that at all for you. I feel that you are putting, your best foot forward, and I feel that you're going to be very productive, very busy, and I feel like you're leveling up in some way to create comfort. And I feel like you're putting your plans in motion, but I feel this energy of strategizing, planning, promising that things will be different. And you are a hard worker, my beautiful Taurians, whether you're in a career environment, whether you're in a friendship, whether you're in a relationship, or whether it's just you doing you. You are the sort of person who makes things happen. And I definitely see that you're taking action in your world and you're making things happen. And they're going to work out perfectly. Really, there's something to celebrate here. And I feel there's a hidden resource, or maybe it's even a hidden talent. I feel it's both, actually. Hidden resource comes your way, third week of January. There's something to celebrate. It's good news, whatever it is. But also I get the sense of you discovering like a hidden talent, or being a little bit more creative than usual and letting yourself shine. And I feel, it creates harmony. But I feel also there's like a change in purpose, if that makes sense. It's almost like you're still going to get your goal, whatever that goal is, but I feel like there's just a little bit of a change on your path. Almost like January, whatever you're thinking about, there's a plot twist, and you're in control of that plot twist. I feel that you are actioning major change, and you're rediscovering that magic within yourself and that power of manifestation as well. So a lot of you may get very focused on implementing the law of attraction. Thoughts become things, especially since you have the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is, the person who uses the power of the mind, the intelligence, the visions to make things happen and shape your reality. And you've got that. The Magician card indicates that there is a little bit of extra magic to go with it. This is about you getting organized. Some of you, you may have felt that you are cutting out procrastination. You're looking at things that drain your energy, whether it's like moments of scrolling through your phone aimlessly for hours, or whether it is, sitting in front of the TV for hours on end. I feel like you're shifting your energy in some way and saying, you know what? If I can do it in moderation, I still get the best out of the situation. I get a little bit of procrastination, get a little bit of scrolling through reels or watching my favorite TV show, but also I'm freeing up the rest of my time to get stuff done, because I feel like you're getting really serious about being organized, being very productive. And the Magician card is like focus. Okay, I feel also you are having the confidence to go after whatever it is you want, but at the same time, really face the things that perhaps you've been avoiding. So for example, if you're coming up to tax time, some of you may need to go through receipts and things like that, or, have a conversation with your accountant if you've got one, or a financial advisor, and you're like, oh, now I got to go do that. Maybe it's like now you're going to be super organized, you're facing it, and you're going to get it done early. I just get this sense that whatever it is that you're like, oh, I've been avoiding that, or I didn't really want to do that. January is absolutely the month where you get it done. And you're going to feel so proud of yourself that you've had extra energy to get that done and move on to something else. Also, some of you are really looking at where you scattered your energy in 2023 and where you feel you did not fulfill your potential. And I feel that 2024 is different. I feel you're actually going to take more ownership and be more discerning with your time and with the company that you keep as well. Now, we've got a Five of Wands. I love the fact that the Five of Wands here is in this position, because it also indicates that anything you've struggled with, you find a solution, you bring harmony and success into your world. But also, I feel this energy of wanting to challenge yourself in a different way. So some of you may pick up like a course of learning to learn a new language, or you may actually join a gym, or you may actually decide to go on an adventure, a safari, or you're in a new phase of life where you want to open yourself up to more stimulation, more, spontaneity. And some of you have been in training for something already, and you're wondering, is it going to come to an end? Will you get a good result? Well, the answer is yes. I see you winning something or getting a qualification. So if you are already training for something, I feel 2024 is a great year for you, because I feel you really ace it, whatever it is, whether it's a test, it could be a driving test, it could be, you getting a qualification or a certification that helps you level up in some way. For some of you, it may be that you're waiting for a visa, or you're waiting to, cross water and build a new life somewhere. Whatever it is for you, I feel like you're going to be victorious. And I feel, there have been some challenges and there has been some chaotic energy around you, but January actually sees you move through that. And I feel whatever it is you've been trying to accomplish, you'll get it done. And I feel there's a little bit more harmony coming into your world for 2024, even though it is going to be bumpy for the collective in general. I feel like you're being given a free passage, like a portal that helps you get to where you want to go it's almost like in the easiest route, okay? Because even though your next card is the Empress there, they're showing me the moon. Now, in the moon card, there's normally a pathway being made clear, okay? So I feel, you are being given a free pass almost to get to your goal a little bit quicker this year. But I feel like you've had a lot of patience in previous years, so it has been a lot of hard work. So the fact that you're getting almost like a bit of a free pass, I feel like you deserve it because it's been so difficult. But the Empress energy is a card of creativity. So I feel like you're going to embrace your wonderful, unique, authentic self. I feel that you are putting your own needs first. You're nourishing yourself in a different way. There's a new version of yourself. So you're promising yourself new things. So it's like you're choosing different food substances, different environments, maybe getting out into nature more peace of mind. You're putting your body, mind, and soul first is what I see. Of course, work and projects are important to you, and I feel like you're very goal oriented and you're going to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do, but not at the detriment to your health. I feel you're going to be very health orientated this year in general, and it all starts in January for you there as well. Now, also the Empress energy indicates that you're going to be very productive. You're going to be in the flow of getting those tasks accomplished, finishing what you start. But also, this is a card that indicates abundance is headed your way. And this could be in the form of a promotion, an increase in your finances, or an increase in your social circle, an increase in, you attracting good things into your life, because this card is magnetic. So I feel, you're going to get a lot of attention as well. Lots of compliments in the month of January. There's one in particular that stands out, okay? It's from someone who never really gives a compliment. This could be someone in your family. It could be someone at work or in your community if you're retired. There's someone who never gives a compliment, and they're actually going to give you this compliment because they really mean it, okay? And I feel that there's just this energy of appreciation and respect that comes from that compliment as well. Now, some of you may hear of a pregnancy, or you yourself may find that you're pregnant, and that comes through there as well. So if you've been planning to get pregnant, then of course it's wonderful news and congratulations. And of course, if it is a surprise, I'm not seeing a tower energy here. I'll just pull a card on it. But if you're not wanting to get pregnant, then of course take precautions. We got the Six of Swords there, which is a protection energy. So you know the drill, my beautiful Taurians. I'm just going to pull a card there for you. We've got the Justice card and we've got the World card. Now, the Empress energy, and again, male or female, not a gender specific reading, along with the Justice card and the World card, you're getting major arcana cards here. So January is actually a big deal for you in particular, because it's really about you making some adjustments to get the best out of life. It's really about accomplishing your goals, connecting to your life's purpose, and being in the flow of living your best authentic life. And I feel, yes, you're going to be very goal oriented. You're going to be very productive. This is, this combination indicates you're going to be very, very busy. You're going to have a lot of administrative tasks, phone calls, texts, emails, documents. I feel like you're going to be in the flow of doing. And some of this may be legal. So if you're thinking about emigrating or you're thinking about purchasing property, I feel like you may be signing lots of contracts. Some of you may even go through some legalities. Also, with the Justice and the World card and the Empress, I feel there's this energy flowing about you at the moment where, you know, you are a beautiful heart and you just wish that the world was a more loving place like your heart. And you may be looking at the world at large and recognizing the difficulties and the hardships that people are going through. And I feel this heaviness, and I feel like you're doing something, you know, that you feel is right to help a situation. So you could embark on some sort of charity work, or, you know, you may distribute your kindness or generosity in some way. And I feel, you know, you just want to help the world. For some of you, that may transpire that some of my beautiful Taurians there may be going into the legal realm where you can like be a real humanitarian force to help others, you know, and others, Taurians, you might actually decide to like, when I touched the card here, I got the word adopt. Okay, so some of you may actually decide to adopt from January. It may be something that you're thinking about doing. Yeah, that's coming through very strongly. That's not going to resonate for everyone, of course, but it just came through there as well. Also, this can be about you, you know, reaching your goals and making sure that you get things that have a time limit in on time or in before the actual due date. So I definitely see that there's a lot of positive energy there as well. I get the Justice card with the World card. It's like doing what is right for your world, making some adjustments to get, you know, success or to understand your position in where you are right now. And also the World card is being in the right place at the right time to get the best opportunity or meet the right people to help you on your path. And with the Justice card, it indicates good karma coming back around. So, you know, as you can see there, it's like what goes around comes around. And I feel all that goodness is coming right back to you there as well. Okay. Now, also some of you may have to have a conversation with someone who is abroad is what I'm seeing there. Let me see what that is. I'm just going to pull another card. So if you have, you know, family abroad, I feel like you'll hear a conversation or they're going to call you about something. They may want to end their trip early for some reason. Okay, let me just pull a card on that. Thank you so much. Yeah, the Death card. They may want to end their trip early, okay, or change their trip in some way. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. I mean, it could also be, and I don't really like to say this, you may hear some news about somebody where they are healing something. So you may hear that either someone is coming home early because they hurt themselves or they ran out of money, it could be, and they've just seen that they cannot complete the rest of their trip. They're coming back in some way. So I feel that news could come through as well. So again, I don't feel it's anything to be worried about or paranoid about at all. I just see with the star energy that there is healing as well. But I feel if someone is ending a trip, the majority energy I've got is it is their wish to end a trip because I feel it wasn't what they were hoping for and they don't really want to spend their money on it. The Judgment card, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. It could even be if they're on a trip with somebody or I feel like they may be spending a lot more on the trip than the other person and they feel a little bit like taken for granted and they may decide to come home. Okay, so that's coming through. I'm not really sure who needs to hear that message, but it's definitely for somebody. It's a very odd and very precise message to come through, but there it is as well. It could be that they discover their path as well. They could suddenly discover their life's purpose. Like they may have a realization moment. So for example, if you've got like a child, because we've got the Empress energy there, if you've got a child who's taken a gap year out to go traveling, they may suddenly like realize what they want to do in life. And rather than complete the rest of their travels, they're like, they want to get back to, their hometown in order to implement the changes necessary in their life to start getting on their like purpose path. So it's like an exciting energy where they're just wanting to get back to get a wish or renew their energy and their focus on being on their path. Okay, so I just want to be clear about that. Also, I'm really getting an energy here as well. A lot of my beautiful Taurians, especially in January, you're going to return to something that you used to love doing. And you're going to really thrive at it, whatever it is, whether it is a project, whether it is an environment, whether it is a relationship, or even a friendship. I definitely get a sense that you return to something. Could even be a hidden talent that you've got, or something that you perhaps know that you're good at, but you've never really explored it in depth. I definitely see that you're going to do that. And I feel some of you may actually launch a business from that later on in 2024. It could be something that is connected to your voice, your spoken word, your thoughts. Maybe some of you may think about writing something. I mean, if you've got placements in Leo, there was something very similar that came out there. Some of you may be thinking about publishing a book or writing something, or even like just expressing yourself in a unique way that you've not done before. And I feel people, they gravitate towards this because you understand them on a deeper level. So there is a human connection there that comes through this. And I feel people will notice you, okay? I feel like there's a bit of a glow up happening for you in the month of January. But in 2024 in general, I feel like you attract a lot of attention and good things for your gifts, your talents, whatever it is you do, okay? I feel there is a magnetism about you. Now, also, we've got self-reflection. This really connects to your 9th house of that great quest for meaning, okay? You know, reestablishing a connection with yourself, especially your higher self. And some of you, there's this energy of like living between worlds. So for example, if you're with a partner and they live at their apartment and you live at yours, and you're both like living in between the two apartments, it can mean that this year you decide to make some changes that benefit both of you, and you may move in together. For some of you, if you are like doing a job by day and by night you're moonlighting to do something creative that you love doing, you may actually make that hobby or that side hustle, you know, your main job, because I feel like there's a lot of success, a lot of attention being drawn to that. Some of you may even have like a bit of a fight or flight energy about doing something long term or something independent. So you may open yourself up to like freelance work or seasonal work, or even that you are spending time between doing something that has a contract and something that is like sporadic, that, you know, takes up some of your time, like proofreading, for example, in your spare time. I'm just getting this energy of doing two things, maybe even second streams of income, because I feel stability, abundance, finances. You're protecting what you've worked really hard for and trying to create more or multiply more is what I see there. Also, the Moon card is a card that indicates caution. Okay, so I've already mentioned, especially since you have the Empress card there and the self-reflection card, the Moon card, that's like pregnancy. Be taking precautions if that's not something that you want right now. But the Moon card actually indicates that the universe is orchestrating an opportunity behind the scenes to bring something that perhaps you've been trying to accomplish for quite some time. So I actually see that there is something wonderful coming to light for you, especially since we have that 4 of Cups there. And this is something that you will celebrate, as I said, in the 3rd week of January. Now, also this card indicates finding a direct route to whatever it is that you want. Sometimes when we have a problem, the way to find a solution is directly through the problem. We can't avoid it. We can't go around it. We can't go over it. We have to go through it. So I feel like you've been going through something and you will find that solution to it as well. But also the Moon card is a transformational card. It recognizes that you're becoming aware of the lessons that lie within. And I feel like you are trusting your hunches, trusting your intuition. And I feel like you're overriding your subconscious fear of something, or of perhaps a narrative that has been passed down to you by a parent or guardian. And you're recognizing that that narrative is not your narrative, that you have your life to live. And I feel like whilst it may have shaped you, I feel like you're doing the inner work to make sure that it does not govern your happiness going forward. Now, we do have the 6 of Swords, which is a really wonderful card because it indicates, yes, you have been going through testing times, but you're coming out of those turbulent waters right now, and you're finding that calm stillness within. And I feel like you're being brought to something better, but also you're trusting in the unknown. The 6 of Swords actually means that someone in spirit, or the universe is guiding you out of difficult times to uncharted territory, something new. So a lot of you are going to be doing new things, or you're strategizing new things. Whether it's you go to a certain place on a vacation every year, this year, 2024, you may be like, you know what? I want to shake things up a little bit. What if I went somewhere else? Or you may be like, okay, I have done this job that I've been in for 40 years. Maybe I want to do something else. Some of you may be like, okay, I've done this job for 40 years. I want to retire. Some of you may also be like, you know what? I want to live abroad. I've never done that before. So I feel a lot of you are really like brainstorming wonderful new things. And I feel that you're embracing all the potential and possibility that 2024 in general has to offer. But I feel January 2024 is that hotbed of you having lots of ideas bubbling up and you choosing what is right for you. Also, I see a lot of you managing your stress levels. I definitely see that you're tapping into that sense of harmony and balance in your world and making sure that you cut out anything that drains you, anything that disappoints you. I feel like you're being encouraged to slow down a little bit, and create space for a new beginning, but also to manage those stress levels and recognize what's important and what's not. Because sometimes we can stress over the littlest things, and really, it's not the thing that we're truly stressed about, okay? There's an undercurrent. So I feel like you're looking at that so that you don't waste any of your beautiful energy stressing over things that will not matter in 5 years' time. So I feel like you're actually really kind of like checking in with yourself regarding that too. Now we have the King of Swords here. King of Swords is to think before you act. You are someone who is highly intelligent. And I feel like, the month of January for you is all about analysis. It's about judgment. It's about owning your power, your authenticity, your authority. And I also feel like you're being very rational about your decisions. I feel there's a logical energy of you kind of brainstorming, thinking of things, strategizing, and, going after what you believe is right for you. Truth is everything as well. So I feel like you're thinking before you act, but at the same time, I feel like you're approaching people and situations as you are. I feel like there's no adhering to other people's needs. I feel like you're living life on your own terms. Also, I feel like you're looking at how the foundations of your present moment will affect your future. And that's why you're putting these serious plans in motion. Also, I feel a lot of you are trying to detach yourself emotionally from the outcome, which is really interesting because that's when you manifest a lot quicker. People sometimes get this very muddied when you have a vision, because every single thing that you see in life, it started with a vision. For example, these wonderful tarot cards, they started with a vision. Someone out there, an artist, went, that's what I want to create. Okay. And then suddenly they created it. They made it happen. They actually took action to make it become a reality. And I really feel that you are doing the same thing. What if I did this? But at the same time, I feel like you're visualizing and putting energy and emotions into that vision, and then you're letting it go. And then you're setting action in motion to make it become a reality, but you're detaching from the outcome. And that's actually when you manifest a lot quicker. So I feel like a lot of you have been learning about, what's important to you and how to manage your stress levels and also manage your focus and your emotions. And it really comes to the fore in 2024 as well. Now, also the King of Swords, because my guides are not allowing me to let it go, they're showing me an image in the water, okay? And it's of a very small little figurine. It looks like a little metal figurine of, how would I describe that? It's a very old-fashioned kind of soldier, okay? Someone who is in a suit of armor, okay? So it looks like it could be for a game, or it's one of those little figures that people might have, for example, and it's a suit of armor, and there's a shield and a sword. So I feel, some of you are looking at protecting your environment in some way. So, for example, you may be like putting up like a house alarm, or you may be actually looking at where you house your finances, making sure that they're in institutions that are not linked by license. You may be, protecting your environment to make sure that you stay away from negative people. It could be, I just get a sense of protecting yourself. So some of you may be be looking at the world ahead and recognizing that there are some changes afoot. Okay, we're all aware that things are shifting, and you're putting yourself in a really good position to weather any storm. There's this energy constantly happening in your reading about the storm. So perhaps this is something that you're preempting or you're preparing for in some way. I feel like preparation is the key, but with the Nine of Pentacles there and the King of Swords, I feel like you're relying on your hunches, but also on fact. So you're not allowing your your hunches to make you paranoid, but at the same time, I feel like you're putting yourself in a really good position should there be any changes. Now, don't get me wrong, I really feel like there's going to be some shifts economically, but also in terms of communication and, electronics. So I feel like there may be some outages. We've already experienced some of those at the end of 2023. There's going to be more of that happening in 2024. And I feel like some of you are looking at communication because swords, there's a lot of swords here. So I feel like, for example, you may come across, and this is so random, and it's popped up once before in a reading, but it's popping up again now. Some of you may notice some sort of like email that's a little bit out of place that says, oh, click here. And you're like, I'm not falling for that. I'm not going to click that link because it could be like a virus. So for example, if you're in a work environment, it could be a test from your IT department, okay? And there's going to be some people who are like really curious and going, I wonder what this is all about. And they're going to fail the test. But with the Six of Swords here, you pass the test. That's coming through there. So you may see some of that if you're in a career environment. But also if you're not in a career environment, you may notice like a dodgy email that comes in and you're like, I'm just going to delete that. I'm not going to pay any attention to that whatsoever. And I feel like you are right to do that because there's something hidden there. I wouldn't touch it. Okay, that's what I see there coming through as well. But some of you may actually use the internet or electronics for your benefit in 2024 in general by setting up or launching a new business or an idea and getting out to the masses, because the King of Swords is an entrepreneur, a leader, someone who, reaches people in a different way and is very intelligent and, can communicate their needs and be very clear thinking. And also it's an international energy. So if you're not thinking about moving abroad or having any international links, it could be that you're actually going to work in an environment that has international links and you will be a linchpin for that environment in some way, or a connection that bridges, people and brings them together, because I get also a sense of community happening here for you as well. Now, we do have a Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands is an interesting card because it actually means you're someone who is very, very strong. You have been tested and you're so ready for 2024 and beyond. I really feel with the Ten of Wands, though, that you are so sort of over this idea of new year, new stuff, new energy, new everything. I feel like you are exhausted with the way that the world has gone. And I feel January, you're going to be overloaded with still a lot of things to do. But I feel your approach really is different this year, where there is a vitality, where you're really super organized. And I feel there's this independent energy about you where if you get stuff done in the right time, you've got more time for you and the people that you care about. And that puts a spark in you. And I feel there's a lot more exploration energy around you as well. I also feel that one of the lessons that you're meant to learn is not to burn the candle at both ends. So making sure that you go to bed at a decent time, especially if you're going to be up early. Ten of Wands also is about clearing away the excess. Okay, so whether that is like the excess from the seasonal period that we've just gone through, the festive holidays, or whether it is you like just delegating things that perhaps, you don't like doing anymore, or whether it's you decluttering your life in some way and think, I don't want this anymore, or I don't need this anymore. The Ten of Wands is to create space for new stuff or a new beginning. And I really feel like you're doing a lot of decluttering in your life to release anything that you're not going to take to 2024, or anything that does not serve the greater whole of your journey and what you need in order to take that journey as well. So that Ten of Wands, I really get a sense here that some of you, you'll feel more tested if you don't get sleep. I feel sleep will really hit you in a hard way. If you are having trouble sleeping, I actually see you finding a solution to that, okay? And it could be some sort of practitioner who helps you with that. I'm not medically trained to talk about that. I'm almost not wanting to say what just came up there because I don't know anything about this. So, you know what? I'm just going to give you these two words that came out. I do not know what they're for, so I'm just going to say it. And, you know, personally, if you're going to take anything to help you with sleep, I would say contact a medical practitioner. You know, I don't know anything about this, but I just heard valerian root. Valerian root. Okay, so I'm going to look that up and see what that means. But I'm going to disconnect from the energy because I don't know what that does. Okay, so let's move on from that. Your last card there is the Four of Cups. You're going to be pleasantly surprised. It's almost like you may have had a difficult 2023, so you're kind of expecting more of the same. But the universe is sending you something different, a resource that's going to help you, a wonderful surprise. And if you're feeling really unfulfilled, I feel this will help you feel fulfilled. Also, the Four of Cups is dreaming of all the possibilities and opportunities that can become your reality, because you're making them become a reality. This card actually means that the universe conspires on your behalf to give you what you need and then some, and take away any disappointment or sadness so that you can work to being in the flow of life. I also feel that you're responding to your desires in a different form, and I feel that helps you reach your goal quicker, because the Ten of Wands is to get to the end of something. You know, the figure in the Ten of Wands, I'm just going to show you, you know, this person has been working hard on something. Can you please show me the Ten of Wands for my beautiful Taurians? The figure has been working on something, you know, heavy lifting something for a long time. And finally, it's coming to an end. This figure is about to bring it home. And that's what I feel for January for you, is like you're about to bring it home and you're about to start something new in your world. You're about to set down that heavy load and accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. Tie up that loose end, reach that deadline, and then you're on to the next, and you're looking forward to what the next thing is. As you can see here, this figure is headed to a home. So some of you, it could be that you're about to purchase real estate or property, or perhaps you're looking for something or trying to sell something, and it's been a long, hard slog. It feels like you're going to get there, wherever there is for you, okay? Also, this is about, you know, recognizing where you take on too much sometimes. Okay, I feel you're actually going to be a little bit more strategic in what you take on. So if you work for yourself, for example, you're an entrepreneur, I feel like you're learning that word no in a healthy way, where you're setting a boundary and not taking on too much. You're like, okay, I'd love to be able to do your project, but I can't do it in the time frame that you want. So unfortunately, I'm not the right person for you. And because you're so good at what you do, I definitely see that a client would come to you and say, you know what, I'll extend the deadline. Can you do it if you've got a little bit more time? And then I feel like you'll probably say yes. So I just get a sense here that you are learning to communicate your own needs so that you don't overburden yourself or overwhelm yourself, okay, and burn yourself out. Because I feel like, you know, you are going to be working hard on something, and I feel, you know, there is success there as well. Now, again, if you are in a career environment, I definitely see that there is a promotion available for you, but I feel like there's two. Okay, one is where you will thrive and flourish and really express yourself, and the other one is a little bit more strict. It's a little bit more sort of like play by the rule book, and it may make you feel a little bit detached. I mean, I feel like you're going to get really good money for it, but at the same time, I feel it's really important for you to recognize, will it stifle you? Does it keep you feeling trapped? Are you going to, you know, dedicate yourself to something that perhaps has a glass ceiling and no room for maneuver? So I feel some of you may need to make a decision at the end of this month regarding something work-related, because I feel like out of the blue, there's an opportunity offered to you, but it may not be the opportunity you want. So again, as I said, I feel like there's a moment where you either feel disappointed or let down, or, you know, you decide to leave something because you're discouraged from it, but then something else is offered, and that's the moment where you're like, this is it. This is what I've been expecting. This is the perfect opportunity for me. Now, for some of you, I feel like you're not love oriented, even if you want love or you already have love in your life. I feel more that January for you is about you and your plans, creating balance and harmony and structure in your world so that you're not always running after your tail or juggling or feeling like you're spinning plates. I feel it's more about you getting organized with your schedule, creating a time frame for you to accomplish certain things, and not really like putting too many things on your list to accomplish. So say, for example, you want to accomplish 10 things, right? You're not going to put all those 10 things on your list for day one. You may put 3 things on your list for day one. And that way you can look at that list and accomplish more than if you set yourself up with 10 things to do and you only do 3 things on that list. You start to look at yourself like, oh, I didn't do all the things I wanted to do. I'm such a failure. Or, I'm always having to chase myself. So I feel like you're being, realistic about your tasks or your goals so that you can feel like you're accomplishing and be proud of yourself. Because I certainly know myself, if I put like 5 things on my list and then I look at my list and think, oh, I only did 2 of those today. Oh gosh, I didn't do that. My gosh, I'm running out of time. I start to feel overwhelmed, frustrated, and, a little bit stressed. And I feel like you are really trying to manage your stress levels. So you're looking at that list and you're saying, you know what, realistically, I know I can do 2 things on that list. And the other 3 things, I'll think about them tomorrow. So I really feel like you're structuring in a very healthy way, okay? Now, as I said, there's some really good news coming in. I just want to see what that is for you. For those of you who are looking for love, you start January in a very independent spirit. It's not that you don't, want anybody. I feel like you don't need anybody. You're being independent. I feel like you're reflecting on your progress and what you need to do to set yourself up financially or in terms of your environment to bring more peace of mind. And I feel it's more about you being in the flow and reestablishing your power and reconnecting to your sense of self and, reciprocity. Also, I feel like you're going to book some really challenging things for yourself that are quite exciting. So it could be that you're picking up a new hobby or a new way of doing something. And I think I've mentioned already, like the gym and, traveling. I feel like you're actually opening yourself to some wonderful, exciting things. Doesn't mean that love is not available to you, but I do feel like you are very attractive. You're magnetic. And I feel like there is a surprise sort of at the end of the month where you could be talking to someone new. But I feel this person, they're not very forthcoming with their past or their personal circumstances, okay? So take this one slow. I don't see that they are hiding anything per se, but I feel this person, I feel like it's going to take a little bit to know this person. So take it slow because they will eventually reveal who they are and, what they're about and all of those things. I feel like don't rush into this one. I feel that they may have just come out of something. And it's not that they're hiding anything, but I feel like they need a little bit of time to actually, be a little bit more independent or experience life not in a partnership. You don't want to be a rebound or you don't want to be a person who is an emotional crutch for this person. That's what I see there. So just be a little bit mindful of that. King of Cups and the Empress. Okay. So this person, I feel, again, there's this energy of a second chance or a second time around. So it could be that you start talking to somebody at the end of the month, but I feel, it's like it's going to be a slow burn, but I do feel like it's like someone else, if that makes sense, who comes in and that's your person. So, you got 2 kings here, and with the 4 of Cups, male or female, not a gender specific reading. It's about the energy. I want you to be aware of the cups that came out, or the 4 cups. We've got the King of Cups and we got the Empress. So technically you got the Empress, which is your starting energy. This is a Taurian, Libran energy, and that's about valuing yourself, knowing that you are a gift and that you have a lot to offer. And some of you, even if you're mature, or you feel like love has passed you by, I don't care what age you are, if you're vibing in a frequency of wanting to attract love, you're going to attract it, okay? We've also got the King of Cups here, okay? But this came after the King of Swords. So someone who could be a little bit detached, you may be talking to somebody new, but the 4 of Cups indicates that there's something about this person that it just feels like it's not the 100%. this person doesn't tick all the boxes. And then I feel there's someone else who comes along, and that's your person. That's someone who's going to show you that love is reciprocal, kind, balanced, open and playful and fun. And I feel the person perhaps that you meet first, they've come out of something and it just feels like they're not 100% ready to invest in a relationship straight away. Doesn't mean they won't come round, okay? But I feel there could be like another person who comes in as well there for you. Now, what else do I see? Let's see a little bit more regarding this Four of Cups, the King of Swords, because I feel something you've been thinking about, something you've been planning is going to show up for you. It's going to surprise you. There is a lovely surprise coming in for you in January, but I feel it's like you either hear about it, but it doesn't become your reality until February. Okay, so whatever that is. Page of Pentacles. Could be a new job or money news. So it could be a bonus, or it could be some increase in finances in some way, but it could also be the money news that you've been waiting for. If some of you are taking a loan or you are trying to pay back a loan, I feel like, you accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. Some of you may have also applied for something. It could be a really prestigious place to study, or it could even be like a place to work at, or, even a project. If you want to volunteer on something, you may hear back from this application that you were successful. But ultimately, the Page of Pentacles is to be committed to your prosperity, to see success, and to see evidence that your hard work is paying off and that your dreams are becoming a reality. And I feel like you're a doer, you're getting stuff done, and you have the ability to attract what you need. So this month, whilst it may feel like there's chaotic energy around you, I really feel like you are in the eye of the storm and seeing everything really clearly. Where everyone else is being very chaotic, I feel like you're working at a different pace where you're just like recognizing what needs to be done and just getting it done, okay? So thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurians? What else do they need to know? We've got Owl Magic. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Okay, now looking at these cards, I don't see any deception here. I mean, you've got the Moon card, which can indicate hidden stuff, but with the Six of Swords, it means that you are protected. Trust your hunches, I would say. If it doesn't feel right, don't connect to it. I mean, the only thing I really saw was that email with a very weird link. Don't click on it, whatever it is. I saw that there for you, so just watch out for that. But also, if you're thinking about going into business with somebody, if it doesn't feel right, I mean, do your due diligence, do your investigation. And I feel trust your hunches because, I feel like you're right. And in stillness, wisdom comes. So I feel this energy of things whirring around you. You're still going to be busy, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of solutions coming to you, a lot of wisdom, a lot of downloads, a lot of realizations coming to you in January. And it just helps you launch yourself into 2024 in the best way possible. And lots of new stuff happening, new areas of your life opening up. Things that you felt were stagnant for a while are going to start to really open up for you. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune for you. Okay. So we have the death symbol, okay? This is the skull and crossbones that connects to the death card. So major change, but it's really about new chapters and breaking old habits, releasing anything that's hindering you, whether it's a food substance, a person, whether it's a mindset or a way of living. I feel like you are opening a portal of change to a wonderful new beginning. And I feel, you're leaving that old familiar kind of stuck energy behind because you're first card there was the Eight of Swords. And then we've got the Star, which is to see clearly. It's for a wish to become true for you. It's also about you aligning yourself with a desire and a hope that 2024 is definitely going to be different for you as well. Also, the Star is Aquarius energy, so I feel that energy is going to work really well for you to be innovative, to change things, to break negative patterns or cycles, to free yourself up, establish your power, and exert your independent nature, to be bold and daring and do wonderful different things there. Also, a lot of you may have been taking a slower pace. If you've been healing from something, I definitely see you getting back to best there. But I feel don't rush it. It's really important that you don't rush it there as well. And we've got the sun rune, okay? So that is a lot of light, a lot of good things to look forward to, a brighter future headed in your direction. Clarity, most importantly, peace of mind, prosperity, and success, as well as joy. I see this energy as an awakening. You've been going through a lot of tests, and now you're reaching that awakening point where you know what you want, where you're embracing everything that life has to offer, and you're leaving the darkness and the tests and the confusion behind, okay? So a lot of positive things to look forward to. I'll leave it there, my beautiful Taurians. I hope something resonates in that reading for you in some way. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Also, before I go, they're not allowing me to, and by they I mean my guides, they're not allowing me to leave that little figurine that is like the suit of armor. So suit of armor, as we've already discussed, is like preparation, but it could be something that you'll see. It could be a symbol, okay, or a sign that you'll see over the month of January that indicates something you've been working hard to accomplish or battling away with all the energies to make become a reality. It will happen for you, okay? I feel like don't give up. Something that's hard won, it will be accomplished, but it could be a sign or a symbol. So you could be walking down the sidewalk and see one of those little figurines. It's only Diddy. I mean, it could literally be a real suit of armor that you're going to see. But it's one of those old-fashioned ones, with the big old metal helmet and, the big arm cuffs and, yeah. They're just showing me that. I mean, some of you may literally be deciding to go and visit a place of culture where they have that as an antique. So please take it as it resonates. I feel like it could be a sign that you're prepared, and I feel like you're going to get some really good stuff coming your way. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all they want me to say about it. I feel they really wanted me to just make sure that you look out for it as a sign, because it indicates something magical is going to come from that. It's almost like a marker for you to note, oh, some really great news is coming in after this, okay? Now, also, before I go, I just want to wish you a happy new year, and I hope 2024 brings you everything you wish for and so much more, okay? So thank you so much, my beautiful Taurians, and love and light.